That's Zia Records here in Las Vegas. My friends, it's 118 degrees and I'm not exaggerating. Let's check out what I got at Zia here in the heat wave. Greetings, y'all. Welcome to another video. Check it out. That's the Punk Rock Museum. I was a little skeptical, but it's actually pretty cool, you know? Worth checking out. I'll show you a few photos from inside. So we're here in Las Vegas and it is hot as hell out there. I think it hit 120 the other day, believe it or not. So I've been to a handful of Zia Records down in Phoenix, Arizona, and then one or two of them here in Las Vegas. I went over to this one. I think it's on like Rainbow Boulevard. I'd never been to this one before. But Zia, if you're not familiar with them, are just this really cool chain of record stores. Really spacious, lots of CDs, lots of vinyl, DVDs, books, toys, games, pretty much everything you could be looking for, physical media, that kind of stuff in their store. They have a lot of really good bins with used CDs for really cheap, like $2, 99 cents, things like that. They got bins with a lot of old used vinyl for deals underneath. Prices seem to be a little bit higher than I remember from the last time I went, you know, like the used CDs were like $7 or $8, some of them, you know, that I was finding in the racks, which surprised me. But, you know, I did find some cool stuff here in Zia, and so let's check it out. First up, we got to look at the bag, right? Everybody loves to see the bag, right? That's what we tune in for, to see the bag. We don't care about the music, we want to see the bag. But for real, first up, we've got Courtney Barnett and her debut album, Sometimes I Sit and Think, and Sometimes I Just Sit. If you're not familiar with her, she's from Australia, kind of like rock singer, songwriter. It's funny, I remember the first time I just heard of her, she was going to be on Saturday Night Live a handful of years ago, and I'd never heard of her, didn't know who she was, and you know, the way they were booking acts and stuff at that time, I thought maybe she was just sort of like a new pop singer or whatever, and didn't pay any attention. And then when she came on, you know, this girl comes out with this guitar, and I'm like, oh, you know, what do we got here? And she was really good, just surprised me, you know, and you know, I just kind of instantly started picking up some tracks by her. I didn't have any of her albums. And then just recently I started picking up some of her albums and saw this there at Zia and grabbed it. It was one I was looking for. It's still open, so let me pop this sucker open real quick. Okay, there we go. That one, I mean, I get why they do it, but the one bummer is that Zia puts like the price tag on the inside of these used CDs. Hopefully that'll peel off real easy. There you go, there's the inside track listing. Here's the CD, some nice artwork. I have a feeling she drew all this stuff herself, and I didn't think there would be, but there is a booklet here. Let's see what we can do. Folds out like a big, well, sort of a big poster. See that, just all her lyrics and everything. So yeah, I mean, just kind of straight ahead, like alternative rock, you know, indie rock stuff. I'm not familiar with any of the songs on here except for the tune Dead Fox. That one, I've had that track for a little while now and I really like it. But yeah, I just am really enjoying her catalog and picking them up here and there whenever I discover them. So I'm looking forward to listening to this one. 2015, we get Du Blonde and their album Welcome Back to Milk. I guess this is kind of also, well, before I say that, I should say I have one track, and I've always had one track by this artist, and it's called Black Flag. I'm not familiar with any of the other tracks on this album at all, but that one song, Black Flag, that I've had, I don't even remember where or how I picked it up, but really good, like rock track, kind of little, maybe a little sort of punk element to it. And it's one of those songs, like it comes up on like my iTunes if I'm just listening to the songs on my phone, just randomly shuffle, whatever. And whenever that one comes up, I always am like, oh yeah, you know, I really love this song. I got to look into like maybe picking up the album. And just recently when that happened, I was like, you know, okay, time has come. I got to find this album. So I've been looking for it. I never find it in a store, and kind of like, it's, you know, I don't know if it's obscure, but it's like an indie artist, so it's not like super popular, so you're not really expecting to find it in a record store. But lo and behold, they had it there at Zia, and I was really thrilled to find it there. So let me open this sucker up for you. Okay, we got the plastic off. It's like a digipack, you know, extravaganza today, which maybe gives away what the next one's gonna be. Let's see, we got the CD, some questionable artwork there that YouTube might not approve of. I don't know why I put my hand up there, I could just blur it. I got those kinds of skills, y'all. And here is the booklet. At least with these digipacks, at least these are the ones that have booklets in them. Like the ones that don't have booklets drive me up the wall. You know, I like getting at least a booklet in here, kind of thumb through. So this looks like all lyrics and everything. And I hope, I'm not looking at this, obviously I just opened it, so I haven't seen this at all, but I hope there aren't any pictures. I got a blur as well on the inside. But yeah, just like I said, the only thing I know by Du Blonde is that one song, Black Flag, and I just really love it. And so this will be really interesting to check out. I'm really anticipating listening to this album, because I'm not sure what the rest of it's going to sound like. I'm hoping a lot of it sounds similar to Black Flag, because that would be great. And finally, from 2024, remember that year? Remember? We got La Luz and their new album, News of the Universe. And there's my receipt from Zia. Like I said, those used CDs were like $7.99 or whatever. It was a little high, but those were ones on my want list I was looking for. And you know, if I were to look online, like on eBay or something like that, it's comparable price-wise of what I would find it for. La Luz, this is brand new, not used, and was actually on sale for $11.99, so that's pretty good. La Luz is a band I really like. I saw them live last summer. I think they had a little bit of a lineup change with this record, but you know, I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't heard anything from this album yet, like none of these tracks I've listened to, mainly because I knew I was going to pick this up sooner or later, so I kind of wanted to just have like a fresh listen to it without already sort of knowing what all the tracks were before I bought it. So having said that, let's open this one. Like I said, it's Digipack episode, a very special Digipack episode. And then inside, the big News of the Universe headline. And what do we got here? We've got a CD, and we've got a little booklet. There's the track listing, which I probably already showed you. And this one's similar to the Courtney Barnett one, folds out like a big thing, nothing on the back. This almost looks like an old ad you would see in like, you know, like an old like comic book or something like that. Kind of cool. I'm guessing these are all the lyrics that are underneath it, but yeah, kind of neat. This is on Sub Pop, so it's kind of one of those awkward shaped digipacks, which kind of are a little annoying. I mean, I'm not a big fan of digipacks in general, but when the ones are like this, where it's like squared off and it's like larger, you know, those drive me a little crazy. And Sub Pop's famous for that, or infamous for doing that. But Lalou's really good band, kind of like mellow, like really like kind of surf guitar sound to them. But just a really cool band. I really like the stuff that I have by them, and like I said, I'm really looking forward to this album. So that's everything I picked up at Zia. I know you guys are dying to see the bag again. There it is. You happy? You can pause it if you want to take a screen grab or something. But yeah, so I'm gonna stay inside and kind of avoid that sweltering heat out there. I hope you enjoyed my little minor tour of the Punk Rock Museum. I really enjoyed that more than I thought I would, but worth checking out for sure. And it's certainly worth going to Zia when you're here in Las Vegas. I think there's 3 of them here, I'm not sure. And then there's a few in Arizona or whatever, but just a really cool record store. I can't say enough about that place. I really like it. It's one of those stores where you always say, I'm glad I don't live near it, because I'd be spending all my money there. But thank you for tuning in. And if you'll excuse me now, I need to get writing a postcard for our good buddy Mike Kelly up in Boston, because you know he will be very disappointed if I don't send him a postcard. And have a good one, y'all. Thanks for tuning in.